We're here. It's us. It's Table Scraps.
It's the book club.
That's yes. That is who and what we are.
Yee.
I am Aaron, the host of this show. Uh, I'm accompanied by our wonderful other players, Lydia and Drew. We are all players in our main campaign on Monday. AKA the paper like we played Under the Dragons. It's what we do.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. It is great to see you. Yeah, we play. So we mainly played Under the Dragons. Table Scraps is a show that we talk about it. We talk about what we did, and then once we run out of stuff to talk, we talk about whatever we want. Pretty random, pretty all over the place. It's what we're here for. We're ready to rock. It's what we do. I am contractually obligated to plug our stuff. Lydia, get on that.
I'm getting ready.
We have social medias like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. We also have like YouTube Shorts, and TikTok and YouTube have been popping off recently. So thank you for all of that. Thank you for everyone who has found us through that. We also have a Discord, which is the only way that you will know what time we are streaming for sure on Thursday. So if you want to know what time Table Scraps is happening, join the Discord. We also get to talk about fun D&D stuff. You can ask us questions. You can talk about your home games. We have all sorts of cool stuff. Speaking of cool stuff, we also have a website. On that website is our merch page. So if you want to buy stuff that is about us, which would be super cool, you can do that. We have things like hats and shirts and other things. If you want to support us in a different way, we've got things like a Ko-Fi or Coffee or Kafi. I don't know how it's pronounced. No one ever does. And a Patreon that you can give us money. Also, speaking of ways to give us money, there's a way that you can give individually one of us money, which is Lydia's cool little store, her cool little shop. Where you should buy her stuff because it's really cool. Yeah, just a little bit slow on that one. But she sells her own merch. It's really awesome. You should absolutely buy her product and everything like that. Also, no, we are not currently accepting cryptocurrency as a form of viable exchange. Really sorry to everyone out there who was super looking forward to that, I guess. Ignore the boggle. We don't talk about it. But yeah, back to the actual content at hand of what exactly we do. Main campaign, Monday. We played Dungeons and Dragons. Things happened.
A lot of things happened.
We were officially there.
Yeah.
To give a little context as to what's happening, our group has recently entered the desert, which is my character's hometown. It is called the Scarlet Wastes, or the Crimson Wastes, depending on where you're from. It is a desert that's real bad for everyone involved. It's terrible. It's a horrible, horrible place.
It's very scary.
It's not a good time for anyone at all, specifically for elfish paladins. But that's besides the point. But we head in there, we encounter a whole bunch of problems, and we actually end up at a shrine to one of the orcish gods, Bogtrue, the Breaker. He's the dumb one who hits things real hard. That's his role in the orcish pantheon party. But they were basically like, yo, why are you here? And we're like, no reason. And they're like, we don't believe you. So we basically get sent, and by we, I mean the ones who aren't me, get sent into 1v1 duels against other orcs, and they just have to not die and kill the enemy. That's tradition. That's how we do it. Welcome to Orcland. Murder. Y'all did a fabulous job.
We did.
Stellar workout. No one's dead.
Yeah, nobody's dead.
None of us died.
Surprisingly.
We won.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, Drew is streaming from a different place than he regularly is, so if he sounds a little different, that's why.
I'm currently at work.
Yes. Yeah, we do apologize. We are not yet selling grotzed body pillows. But I will not lie. I legitimately have talked to Grant about the possibility of doing so.
No.
I'm just saying, there's potential.
I
don't know how I feel
refuse.
about that.
All we
I
need.
refuse.
Look, Lydia.
No, because we're not. No, we're end of discussion. So Monday was pretty
Lydia,
great.
No. I am in command of this show.
Honestly, I'm a little surprised that Lydia's against this.
No. This is the thing, though. Right?
I'm not
I'm
comfortable
pretty sure
with that.
we're able to sell pillows, right?
I don't want
And
to.
so all we
No,
need to
I don't want to.
is export the image. Pillow.
I don't want this.
Yes,
I
you do.
don't.
Don't lie.
I really don't.
Lydia, I want it. That is a good question, Drew. Could you turn your mic down just a smidge?
Yeah, I could.
I think a lot of it is the reverb. I don't think you're actually that loud. I think it just sounds louder.
Yeah.
Yes, I can accommodate.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for an eventual update in the store, which includes a Grotz body pillow.
No. No.
It could happen. It could.
It will not happen.
It won't be like an all the time thing. It would have to be like a Christmas special.
No.
Or something. Like
It's
a Halloween
not
special.
going to exist. I'm not
just
doing
for like
that.
a month. It could happen.
No.
So we'll just put a pin on that until later. But yeah, y'all fought some fights that
We
went.
did fights.
All of you lived. Some
We
of
all
them
lived.
were easier than others. We got to experience Grant's just incapability to play a character to the extent of basic rules. So that was a fun time. Got to see that. I mean, to start, well, let's just start off with the first one. Renaya just is a murder machine.
Yeah, it went pretty much how I expected, where it was going to be real fast.
You got hit like what, twice?
I think I got hit 3 times. I took like 30 damage.
That sounds about on par for getting hit 3 times by an orc, 10 damage per thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Turns out, Renaya kills things.
Well, yeah.
Look, that one spell, you just pump it in.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Now, admittedly, your orc, out of the 3 orcs, your orc was the smallest.
Mm-hmm.
Which was still like 7 feet tall. But we move a little bit down the line to Cather, who fought like the champion orc.
And killed it, like both literally and like emotionally and all the good stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
its ancestors died. Killed its whole line. Now, your fight did get a little close.
Yeah. Well,
how far off were you?
So at one point, so he went. I don't remember. Was it only one round of combat? Was there only one? Did I only have one turn? I think it was 2. So basically, the fight started. He hit me once and brought me down like it wasn't a huge number. It was like 15 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad.
Because you got crit somewhere in there, didn't you?
Yes, and then on the orc's second turn, just before I took it out, he crit me and brought me down to 15 HP, which was real scary. I'm not gonna lie. So luckily for me, I was able to crit on my turn, my following turn, and finish him off.
Paladin crits are devastating.
They're scary, dude.
Especially like, the way that we do it turns like normal, like rogues and paladins are so much better in our games than they are in other games. Like they're still great in other games, but like rogues and paladins just being like, no, I even just doing max damage for a crit would be brutal enough, but then rolling the die again is
Mhm.
so gross for them. Also, I
Mhm.
should mention, just in case you didn't realize it, yes, spoiler warning, we're talking about an episode that some of you may not have seen, so just be warned.
If you
Spoilers
haven't
are
seen it,
abundant.
it's on Twitch right now.
It
Go
is.
check it
It's
out.
on Twitch. It'll eventually be up on YouTube. It's pretty sick. And podcasts. Thank you for all the YouTube and podcast people who tune in. We appreciate you. I have to do this because Grant's not here.
We love you.
But yeah, so that turned out pretty well. And then we left, and things just kept getting worse. So we end up traveling through like the little like landmine area. And that was fine. Made it through, and no one died. And then we end up in like a battlefield filled with blood. And so the thing is, I have a little bit of behind the scenes knowledge because I helped make a lot of the things for. I basically made the entire desert. DJ provided me with the area, and I filled it up with stuff. But the real interesting thing about it is that I also often know kind of what monsters are going to be there, because DJ will ask me to finish a stat block or something,
Right.
or ask me a random question. Like beforehand, I had not fully completed the stat block that he needed. He was like, "So, Aaron, just a question. On the reference guide, are all of the stat blocks done?" And there was only one that I hadn't fully completed. And so I was like, "Do you mean this one?" He was like, "Well, I was hoping to keep that a surprise, but yes, that is the one that I'm referring to." And so I knew that there was one somewhere nearby, but I also know how to avoid it. So my thought was like, "Oh, great. We'll get to see it, but we won't have to deal with it. It'll be fine."
No.
It was not fine.
It wasn't fine.
This is DJ we're talking about.
It was really bad.
And now, to be fair, we actually did pretty well.
No, we did well.
Like,
we did well with it.
You and Edward were basically unharmed. I had taken an average amount of damage, but like I was doing fine. Meanwhile, in very classic standard Cather form, very valiantly, I will say, you got just
yeeted.
You got handled, but successfully handled. It was like a group handling.
It
You
would,
like
and
held
it would have been,
hands and walked along together.
it would have been so much worse too, though, if Tarak hadn't used the hammer.
Oh yes.
Oh,
That would
facts.
have
That-
been pretty bad.
That would have been really, really,
saved
really
me-
bad.
That saved me about 38 health.
So, for context, we get through this big like minefield basically thing, and are at this temple that we're supposed to be at, but there's like blood and remnants of stuff everywhere. And we're sitting there, and Trak's like, this isn't good. This is probably really, really bad. And then as Trak is talking, this like blood monster construct thing literally forms behind him, and it like, when it would hit, you'd have to make a Constitution saving throw, and if you failed it, then you like lost your max hit points
Max HP,
too. So
equal
your
to the
max
damage
HP
dealt,
went down.
which is rare. Normally, it's if you fail, you lose half of the damage taken, and then
was
you regain it on a long
intense.
rest.
Yeah.
And Cather was just getting
Yeah, Cather got hit a whole lot,
bombarded.
and then also failed just a couple, like 2 to 3 saving throws.
It wasn't good.
And now, mind you, so when I was making the blood golem, I used other golems for reference, because all golems have the same general concept to them when it comes to their like monster stat blocks. So like they all have a berserk function, which I actually explained in stream. It's a really cool lore thing. That when they reach a certain threshold of hit points, sometimes it's 60, sometimes it's 50, sometimes it's like 100. I don't know. They go berserk, and what berserk does is they literally just attack any creature that is within movable attack range, and if there is nothing, then they attack any object that they happen to be nearby. And they just go in. They just start crushing everything that they can. They also have a healing function, which is whatever was necessary to create them, they are immune to and actually regain health when they take that damage. So I know that for iron golems, it is fire. They are immune to fire. When you hit them with fire damage, they heal. For flesh golems, it's lightning in a very like Frankenstein's monster kind of way. But the blood golem is made out of blood and magic. So whenever any creature within 30 feet would take damage, they would heal half of the damage dealt, which involves when it hits people with its hands. So like, not only did it take away your max health, but it regained its own health. It also has, golems also have a lot of cool things like magic resistance because they're made with magic, and magic like courses through them as its lifeblood. So it had advantage in all saves against magic. It had amorphous form, so that way it could squeeze through 1-inch gaps like an ooze because it was made out of blood. It had immutable form, so it couldn't be changed. Like it can't be polymorphed or anything like that. It's
really
a problem.
It's real difficult.
It's a problem. Oh, and then when it goes berserk, it gains the ability to attack a 4th time as a bonus action. Because I was like, that's cool. It was so cool. It was really
pretty cool, but oh my god, we were. It was.
That's okay. We're all still alive.
We're all still good.
So just so everyone else knows, I didn't come up with the whole max health reduction thing. I took that from the clay golem stat block. I took that entire thing. I took the damage and its effect from the clay golem stat block. So you can yell at Chris Perkins or Mike Merles or Jeremy Crawford. You can yell at them for being like, hey, why do you have this thing that not only steals your max HP, but this is the real clincher. You don't get it back on a long rest. The only way you can get it back is with a greater restoration or higher level magic.
Right.
Or an equivalent to.
So like heal or wish.
Which as soon as you would have, and normally that's a clay golem's CR7, right?
Yeah, they're pretty weak.
And so theoretically speaking, if you're going with general rules like the default rules for encounter building, like a 7th level CR is supposed to be a medium to difficult fight for like four adventurers at 7th level.
I don't even know if it's like 7th level. I would put a challenge rating CR7 against like 4 like level 5 or level 4 adventurers.
Which is even worse. Because having there's no in-party access to greater restoration,
and you're not going to get that until like, oh geez, what, like level 14 or something like that?
Well,
10.
So greater restoration is a 5th level spell. And so for us, in our case, if Edward or Renai, because Renai only has 6 levels. So you have to have 9 levels, like either in cleric or bard. I think artificer also has access, right? In the druid. I think those are the 4 classes that have it. And you have to be at least 9th level in those to get 5th level spells, if I remember correctly. Something like that. So Edward would have to take another 2 levels in bard, or Renai another 3 levels in cleric before we had in-party access.
Or
to that.
Paladins just need to hit level like 20.
Paladins don't even get access to it.
They get to 5th level spells. I don't know if they get.
No, but it's not a paladin spell though. It's not a paladin spell.
Oh, ugh. I think actually Tarak might get it because he's a redemption paladin.
Yeah, I think
so. Like at maybe, 17th level, I can get rid of those lost hit points. But yeah,
hang in there.
And the DJ has expressed to us that not to work.
Yeah.
So
and I mean I could have told you that like orcs are beefy. Like compared to your average adventurer, like a high level orc, there's probably at least one orc in the oncoming camp that can cast Greater Restoration for us. Now, getting them to do it is going to be a problem. But
we have to pay them a lot of money.
Nah, they don't use money in the wastes. Money is useless.
No. We have to pay them a lot of money on top of getting them out.
Yes. And by
We gotta
money,
get
I
them
mean
out.
blood and favor. But yeah, so we'll come up with something. But ooh boy, blood golems. It's. I was talking a lot. I mean, I've mentioned this to Drew. I've mentioned this to Grant. I love it. I actually enjoy fighting against the monsters that I make more than using them against my players, because then I can tell I'm like, oh, I'm having fun here, which means that it isn't just a crummy, really difficult encounter. It actually has a propensity, a possibility to mean fun. Um, so I love it, but at the same time, I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh no, what have I created? In a very Frankenstein-esque way,
Right.
I get to watch as the things that I love just destroy us. As an answer to your question, Halcyon the Hag, yes. I am actually working on it as well, not as we speak, but like at the moment, it is called Orva's Guide to the Scarlet Wastes, and I hope that to eventually it will. I don't know in what form or what we'll do with it, or I would love if we could get it to the point where I'm like satisfied with it enough to like kickstart like a physical source book or something like that. I think that would be super cool. But we will at least be doing a like a PDF or something that I release. Probably just send it through the Discord or something like that until we can figure out a better way to do anything. I don't know. I think it's cool. But yeah, I will be. I've got art drawn for it, and I need to do so much more. Oh, my hamburger. I bought food before this. I've been talking too much to eat it. Yeah. Yeah, I really want to release a source book. I would love to also include like the Orcish homebrew stuff that we have, some of the classes and stuff that we've homebrewed maybe in it, or some of my own classes that I homebrew and put in there, weapons, magic items, all sorts of stuff. I want a full in-depth thing, and since I'm the only one who's writing it, who knows how long it'll be, but I'm totally okay with it because I enjoy doing it. But yeah, so keep a lookout for 5 years in the future when I finally get it done. Maz, just so you know, the Orcish alphabet is just the Dwarvish alphabet, so it's already been created. You can find it in the player's handbook. But yeah, so I will release some of the creatures stat blocks and stuff beforehand. I know that Maz has asked me to do that already, so some of them will just show up on the Discord. Yeah.
Pretty sick.
I
hated that blood golem. I actually really loved the blood golem.
Oh, yeah, shout out to you for being just a super cool genius. That was sick. I hadn't even considered that when I made the blood golem. So, do you want to explain what you did so that way I can eat this cheeseburger instead of talking 24/7?
Yeah. So we're in this fight. Catherine's getting like just a bad time. He's having a bad time. Edward is about to be having a really bad time. And I'm like super paranoid about doing anything because I don't want to like further heal it or things like that. But Renaya has access to the spell Arcanist's Magic Aura. And one of the things that Arcanist's Magic Aura can do is it can create this kind of like mask thing that will make anything that does any kind of magical detection detect you as something other than what you are. So for what we did in this situation was I did the Arcanist's Magic Aura on Edward, who was just about to be attacked by the golem thing. And what I did was I made Edward be detected as undead because the blood golem only wants like living blood. It doesn't want blood from something that is the dead. So by making him undead, it was a hope to make the blood golem be like, ooh, I don't want that one, and go for somebody else. But yeah, so that's what, and then we spent a really long time trying to find the details for DJ and get it to him so he could see if it would work or not. And then we got to use it for Edward, and then Cather yeeted it, and then we didn't have to. We didn't. That was
Cather
all.
And-
being
That was
the
all
only
good.
damage dealer that we have when Renaya is
How
not
did that
dealing
happen?
damage.
When did Cather become the DPS of the team?
When we lost Melora. Look, you inherited her role. You are now the person who hits things.
Am I also now the oh was it what was track order's name for the
For the Autumn Daughter?
yeah, the Autumn Daughter?
Jeez.
Do I now also inherit that title?
I got it. No.
But that's
you
another
need
thing
to
that
be a
happened.
red-headed elf that lives in a forest.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's another
required.
thing.
Not a blue-haired elf who lives
Yes,
in the
Lydia?
plains.
Cather got his name.
Yes, that is a thing that
Yeah,
happened, and everyone
that
was
is.
sad.
Dude, I
Dude,
thought it was
that
rad.
was heartbreaking.
So, a
That
little
was
bit of
really good.
context to this. Also, hello to everyone new, and even if it's just one person, just a little bit of reference as to what's happening. We play a Dungeons & Dragons game on Mondays in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We are currently, like almost 60 episodes in?
Almost 60 episodes.
We're almost to
In
60.
2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we'll have 60 episodes.
Yeah,
That's
so if you
crazy.
want some context to what is happening, you can catch up on Spotify, Podbean, YouTube. We recommend if you want to like join us on the live streams and you don't want to go through 57 episodes to get there, because some of us just don't want to binge that all in like 2 days.
It's valid.
Feel free to
That's
start at
not even
episode 50.
possible.
Episode 50 will give you a bit of context as to what the characters' missions are and like what exactly like who they are and some NPCs that are important to meet, and kind of stuff like that. And so episode 50 is a good place to start if you're new and you want to join in. Just hop right into it, just into the deep end. Yeah. Thank you everyone new for stopping by and stuff like that. Yep. It's 57 episodes. It's a journey, and that isn't counting. We also have like side campaigns and other stuff like that. You will not run out of content for a while.
We got
For a
you.
long time.
Yeah, when your favorite anime, like if the finale just came out like last week, and you're
And you're like,
man, what am I gonna
who
watch?
am I now?
What am I gonna do? Well, we can provide
So
at least a year's worth of content.
Also, you've mentioned D&D is really new to you. If you have any questions about it or you would like support, feel free to join our Discord. I love talking to new players about Dungeons & Dragons. If you want to play and you are afraid to do it, if you want to DM and you don't know what you're doing, because no DM ever does, you can ask Maz. Maz is there. Feel free to ask. I love helping new players. Everyone loves helping new players in the group. Even if you just want to talk about other things too, we just like to talk to people. But yeah, feel free to join on in. That's my plug for the 1/8 of the way through. That's my 1/8 plug. Yeah, it is a pleasure to see everyone new and old here. But yeah, Cather got a name, and it was really sad and awesome. So
It's really cool, man.
the previous stream, right after we end, because I had sent DJ a message. I was like, "Hey, there's this thing that I haven't included in the reference guide yet, but I need to see it at some point in time in this journey." And he was like, "What is it?" I sent her what it is, and he goes, "Aaron," and this is to everyone can hear this. He goes, "Aaron, what hurt you? What is it that makes you make these things that are so sad with no context for anyone else that could hear
Nope.
it?" Boggle did hurt me. That's where it really all started.
That's where everything went wrong.
For those of you who are new and don't know what the Boggle is, good, don't ask.
This is Boggle. Boggle.
Banned.
Boggle.
Delete that message.
No. What?
Yep, deleted.
That.
I am the god here, Lydia. No, I'm being overwhelmed. But yeah, and so I had made this thing that literally my brain went. So the desert sucks, but a lot of it is like stabby stabby kill kill. It's here to kill you, and that's why it sucks. I really want something in there that. Oh God, don't harm Yoda like that. Sorry, I keep getting distracted.
Aaron, focus.
Boggle,
Stop looking at chat.
I can't do
Stop
it.
looking at chat. Focus.
I really wanted something in there that was entirely uninteractable and just made people feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a bad person. And so I made this thing called the Burdened. The Burdened is an immortal creature, and it's more of a curse than an actual creature. Where all it does is whoever is cursed with being the burdened obtains a burden and then cannot die. They cannot be killed, they cannot die of old age, they can still feel pain, but the only way that they can be actually removed from existence is if someone willingly takes their burden from them. Whoever takes that burden from them becomes the burdened. So, like, the only person who ever would do that is either someone who doesn't know that helping them will do this, or is just nice enough that they are just willing to completely throw themselves under the bus for all eternity, for all they know. It is an existence that is pure pain and sadness and despair for all of time, and it cannot be helped unless you are willing to take on that burden. It's rough. It was a pleasure having you here, Cinder, by the way. But yeah, and so that is Track's name. Track's name for Cather. I was reading the chat again like a fool. Everyone will get an orcish name at this point in time. But yeah, Cather's name is Cather Rand, R-A-N-D, which just means burdened or heavy weight.
I love it.
Well,
It's
I mean, have
perfect.
you seen his traps?
It's man. The only weight that he's burdened with is bench press. Like, as an answer to your question, Maz, the moment the burden is taken, you immediately die. Like, there is no... You could be the burdened for 10 seconds, and someone could take it from you, and it's just instant death. Like, there is no... I suppose you could be resurrected afterwards, but it's... No, the burden is so heavy that the only thing that keeps you alive the moment you take it is the curse. It's a very good question, because I thought about that myself. I'm like, well, I mean, they could just kind of pass the burden between two people. I was like, no. I want people to be sad. But yeah, and there's no purpose behind it. No one knows where it came from. No one knows how it happened. It just exists, and it's there, and it's something that no one will ever interact with, but just the knowledge that it is there makes you sad. And that's what I wanted.
Now, okay, Aaron, here's a question.
Yeah.
And then this is getting into the theoretical. Okay. Does the person who is a burden still have their soul?
I mean, yeah. As long as anything that is required for you to fully understand the weight of what you now carry and the pain that you now feel, you still have.
Okay. Because there are potential ways to circumvent technically, because, and when I say circumvent, I mean not like circumvent as in like you can take on the burden and like be fine. I more mean like circumvent as in like end the curse theoretically through like
magic jar or something.
Well, through magic jars is one possible. I was also thinking like there's like the 9 lives eater sword or whatever that literally takes the soul of a person that you attack.
Nope.
So like,
he's mean.
would that theoretically work?
No. Reason why?
No.
Because I want it to be completely uninteractable. The only
Okay.
thing that you can do to interact with it, like, it is. I haven't made the stat block for it because I'm unsure how much health I want to give it. I'm tempted to just give it 1 health, but make it immune to everything.
Mm-hmm.
But at the
Immune to
same
all
time, I
berries.
kind of want to give it like
You know what I
a
kind of
1,000
like?
health, and then it just can't be reduced below 1.
I kind of like the idea of it being like killing it is almost like taking the burden from it too. So
Oh yeah, that's the
if it's
whole
like
thing.
really
It's
if
like,
it's like really low HP and you choose to fight it, you will kill it and then you become the burden.
that's certainly something that may also be the case. It's, I just want it to suck. I just want everything to be bad.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't fight it then.
Yeah. But yes,
Yeah.
I will say that theoretically the wish spell would be a way to get rid of the curse, but it's like, why would you?
It's so what I'm hearing is, um, next campaign when I play a wizard, I need to somehow make an excuse that I know about
Yeah, you're like,
the
oh,
burden.
my great 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 grandfather was once the burdened.
Just so at 20th level, I could be like last episode of the campaign 2, I could be like, hey, I I cast wish.
uh, you don't want to take this away from me.
It's okay. I'll probably forget in a couple years' time anyway when we're
Yep.
actually at that point.
But yeah, just so you know, your name has more meanings than I've told you, but Tarak does not know the other ones.
Oh yeah.
So
But you know.
I do. I'm just
See,
prepping for the potential future.
I'm see, and you know the thing. So the thing is with so first of all, like Cather's name, absolutely love it. I think it's perfect. I think it fits amazingly well, and even Cather thinks it's perfect. Even if it is supposed to be like a somewhat sad or bad name, um, I think it's great. I think it's wonderful.
I'm glad,
Um,
because yours was the one I was most concerned about.
and there are first like there are several ties that like I have thought of as like things that like it makes sense about. Um, although you, Aaron, saying that there are potential meanings that you know and not track makes it feel like I'm like trying to guess the multiple choice answers without actually knowing what the answers are.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. You're like, there's just 4 bubbles here, and there's no word next to them. Could be anything. Yeah, I wanted it to be. I'm a big fan of setting up for plot points that may never actually be investigated, and just putting in things that I'd like to have backup plans. I'm a big schemer. I'm kind of a scumbag. I'm not sure if y'all knew. I'm pretty much a bad
You
person.
really are, Aaron. You really
Um,
are.
oh, just Trek doesn't know that he doesn't know the things about the names. He knows everything that he knows about them. There isn't like a, man, I wish I knew more about this name, because it also isn't Trek's job. Like, once a name has been given, it's their job to figure out what it means to them and how they interpret it and how it affects them as well. So however they interpret it, that's up to them. It's not Tarak's job. Great. I hope that if Cather can put a real positive spin on this, be like, yeah, but burdens just make you stronger. And then Tarak's like, deal. Okay, that's how you see your name. Thank you for the gifted sub. We very much appreciate it. Ooh, I'm getting a spam call. Declined. Ooh. I I'm sorry. This reminded me. I got the best spam call.
Oh yeah, you actually answered it.
Oh, I always do, because there's possibilities for just absolutely hilarious things. I pick up the phone. They're like, I'm like, hello? Who is this? May I ask who's calling? And they were like, uh, yes. Is there a John here? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry, you have the wrong number. They go, oh, okay. Would you like to hear a joke? And I'm like, I was so tempted. And I went, no, have a good day. Just hung up the phone. But I was left with so much weighted regret. Because now I'll never know what the joke was.
You'll never know. You'll never know what that
What
joke
was Joan going to learn? I'm just saying, if this was like a telemarketer thing, that's a very unique way. I'm kind of into it. I kind of like it.
It's just
Like,
it's
I
like
wish that more telemarketers were like, hi, we're here to remind you of your car's warranty extension. You're like, I'm sorry, I don't even own a car that was made after 2005. And they're like, oh, that's okay. Would you like to hear a joke? Just to keep you on the line. I think that's brilliant. Like, oh man.
they just gotta keep you talking.
Yeah, I missed a serious butterfly effect moment that would have turned me into, like, I don't know, a multi-millionaire or something.
Yeah, somehow.
Oh man, it is. It would be a one. I'm so sad. I should have stayed on the line, but I'm like, I don't want to
Call
do this
me
today.
back right now. Oh boy.
So yeah. So just a reminder: if you ever answer a spam call, maybe just play it out.
Or offer them a joke.
Yeah, exactly. Make their day a little better, because telemarketers are people too. And as from someone from Nebraska, the #1 telemarketer state in the United States of America, we need respect.
But however,
we're here to talk about your car's extended warranty. Nah, can I tell you a joke instead?
but if it's a scammer, then you just hung up right away.
Oh yeah,
because you don't give them the time.
No. Not.
So you gotta be careful. Yeah.
But yeah, I get a lot of calls that are
D&D.
I think my phone number is very similar to like someone's office number, because they ask for the same person every time. And so I think that someone just gave them my number.
By accident?
That's what happens. That's what happens with mine, because I have a lot of like a repeating number in mine, and so they get mixed up all the time.
And it's hilarious because I get like office calls that are like, Joan, did you change the paper in the printer? And I'm like, this is not Joan. They're like, I am so sorry. Have a good day. And it's every day. Like, legitimately, I get a call from someone asking for Joan every day.
That's hilarious.
It's beautiful. I feel like I should just adopt the identity. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm super sorry about that. I'll get right on that. Just, I'll switch the paper back. I'm so sorry about the mistake. You have a great day. It's like some poor office building is going to be ruined by someone just being like, no, I called Joan. Joan said that they'd take care of it. Joan's like, I never got this call. Oh, man. But yeah. Dungeons & Dragons is a game that we sometimes play.
Anyway, yeah, Dungeons & Dragons.
Oh, man.
Going back, there was a question for how long was the length of the campaign going to be. I don't remember the exact. Was it 4 or 5 arcs?
It's changed several times.
It's. I think it has changed a couple times. Theoretically speaking, now again, as players, we do not know all that goes on in our DM's mind.
Right.
However, and what things he has talked us about, we are officially in the 3rd arc of a theoretical 5-arc campaign.
So we're about halfway. So we're probably going to be closer to like between like 100 and 150 episodes.
Something like
that.
I think like 120 episodes is probably like
as like an estimate.
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty close guess.
I would love to
somewhere in there.
I would love to end at level 20.
I want to get to level 20.
Yes, I want to get to level 20 as well.
Yeah.
If we get done with the 5th arc and like we're only like level like 18, we're
just gonna
boycotting.
skip the
We're
main
gonna
main
riot.
campaign. We're just going to
You're
start
going-
grinding. We're gonna go
We're
back
like,
to the wastes.
we're gonna be like, I told you, DJ, we needed to level up.
Yep, we're gonna go to the wastes, which is just a high level like spawn camping ground,
Yep.
and we're just gonna level up. We're just gonna grind that XP.
Yep.
It's gonna be great.
Until we get to 20th level, and then just in front of it, we're gonna find an ancient dragon. That's gonna be our actual like just final boss of the campaign.
We've already
Gonna have
got
nothing to do with
Nothing to do with
plot.
the story. It doesn't
Nothing,
matter.
yeah, nothing to do with any of any importance. We just find a random ancient dragon. It's like, hey, fight us.
We would need like at level. We've already beaten an ancient dragon at level like 9.
Yes. However,
We're gonna need
as
to fight, like,
as
4
DJ has
ancient
pointed out a
dragons.
couple times, it is also with great assistance from a warship,
I mean, yeah,
which did like almost 300 damage to it.
but once we're level 20, I think that we could take at least 2 ancient dragons at once. Please take that out of
I think
context.
yeah, maybe 2. Yeah. If we do like me, if we do like Cather Edward, Shrek Renaya, like 2, and Cather Edward take on 1 dragon, Shrek Renaya take on another.
Yeah,
I think we can do it.
it would be fine.
Yeah.
So a big thing that I have noticed is a problem with level 20 campaigns for certain characters. I play a level 20 fighter multi-class cleric. I can't fly. What? Oh,
Sorry, I saw a comment and I got excited. Keep going.
yes, that is interesting. But my character can't fly, and we only have one person who can, and we encounter most of the things that we fight can fly. So
Yep.
if you really need someone that can get you to get up there and fly. And I don't know if we have any of that, except for maybe Edward. Because he's the only one who could cast, like, the fly spell. So if we end up fighting, like, dragons and stuff, we are in danger. I do have the ability to summon a flying bat. The flying bat will die with 1 breath attack.
Yeah.
And then
Just
I
don't get hit by
plummet
this one.
500 feet to my death.
Oh,
Fighting in
please.
space would be great.
Please, Aaron, we already know it takes more than 500 feet to kill Tarak.
Yeah, but like it would be a real hindrance at level 20. Then again, I am resistant to all damage at all points in time at level 20. So,
That's true, actually.
but I also can't attack.
That's
I
also
hit level
true.
20 and I can no longer attack things, but I gain damage resistance to everything.
Yeah, and which means basically that your health pool doubles, which technically for our party means your healing doubles.
Exactly. Now that's to assume that Track lives to level 20. But Lydia, you are frothing at the mouth to respond
I'm
to this.
so excited.
statement. So please do.
So, for your testament, you said something about Warlock that summons familiars with their tarot cards. So I actually have a thing. Well, it's not my thing, but I know of this thing.
You officially own a product.
I own the product. It's that box right there. It's called the Adventurer's Tarot. And what it is, it's a deck of cards that act as tarot cards. They also can be used in-game for, like, initiative system, help you decide, like, weather things. You could do a whole bunch with them. But with them comes a, like, homebrew class called the Wild Oracle. And basically you get to build your own deck out of those cards, and basically it's like wild sorcerer magic but through a tarot deck. And it's really, really cool. I'm playing one right now in another game I'm in, and I'm having a blast with it.
Theoretically,
I'll put it in the Discord.
when we eventually play another Table Scraps episode, I think you're going to be playing that as well, won't you?
Probably. I'm having
Now,
a lot
okay,
of fun with it.
Aaron, now question 2 about next time we play a game for Table Scraps, what are we going to be playing?
I don't know.
We have a couple of different things that we have going right now.
We'll just talk it out beforehand. We'll figure it out. Because this is the thing, right? I've said multiple times when we play Dungeons and Dragons on Table Scraps, y'all can play whatever character you want on the day. Like, if you want to play the same characters that you have been playing with, like, I'm real bad with names. I keep wanting to call her Sophie, but it's Sylvie. Sophie.
Yeah, Sylvie.
And like Daryl or whatever your character's name was, Drew.
Our gesture.
Close enough. If you guys want to keep playing those characters, use Super Can. It would be super awesome. The longer that you play a character, the more that you'll probably get, because anything that you get in a campaign or an episode that you've played that character before, you will carry over to the new episode. But if you choose a new character, that's also awesome. You can play a different one every single time for all I care. Your choice.
Neat. I added it in the Discord. It's from the Paper Dungeon because I am the Paper Dungeon right now.
Yes.
So it's in Stream Talk, the link to look at it. It's pretty cool. It's really pretty. I really like it.
Yeah. As for story, I don't know. I kind of come up with that at the moment whenever we decide to
from where we left off, like we have two different like party groups.
Yeah.
Because we have like our like Sylvie and Archester and all them like in a disco like battle right now.
And we may never know how that ends.
And we may just never go back.
We may never. It depends on whether or not you guys want to. What I would love if like we play a game where some of you like maybe you decide to play Archester and then Lydia decides to play the character the dumb one.
Although actually Aaron
the country one, the
Felicity,
that's the one. And your characters meet Archester and Felicity, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, what kind of adventure?" And you just go off for like 20 minutes about this like epic disco fight that we never saw.
Well, I was gonna say,
you're like, "Oh man, it was crazy."
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Back up with that group. It's been like 3 months in game. Since that was going on.
Yeah.
I guess we'll never know.
So then my other question, Aaron, if I was the only person returning as like say like we were playing and I was the only person who was playing a character that was part of that disco fight, do I have full ranges to make it up?
Yeah. You guys, this is table scraps, dog. You always have free reign to make up pretty much whatever you want.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah, just like so this is the thing. I did homebrew a spell for that fight that you never really got to see in full effect, where it literally turns the entire combat into a musical. So like an impossible dance groove occurs, and you have to make like performance checks in order to actually do your actions, which is everyone follows the rhythm and music and like choreography of the fight, completely unbeknownst to them. It's that whole thing where like, why is it that in a musical some random person can stand up and be like, the stars, and then everyone else knows the dance music? Like it's that magic.
They cast mass Otto's Irresistible Dance. That's what they did.
It's except it's like targeted and planned, so it like assists your allies but hurts your enemies, where like your allies are like, oh yeah, we can get into this groove, but your enemies are like, why am I dancing? Why do I suddenly feel the urge to put on a high school jacket and start dribbling a basketball? What is happening? But yeah, it's oh, hello and welcome. Thank you for your 2 months of subscription. It is good to see you, Matt.
Hey, nice.
But yeah, it's I still need some time to flesh it out and really make sure that it's all balanced and it's at the right spell level and things like that. But yeah, I think that would be so much fun from just a thematic standpoint to all the time be like your enemy, like you're approached by bandits. They're like, give us all your money. And you're like, hold on there. And you just hear this like thumping groove in the background. And all the bandits are like, why am I tapping my toe? I feel the need to dance. And they just start like busting down, like breaking some moves. Oh man, it would be beautiful. It very much the Skyrim shuffle. That is an interesting.
Okay.
Question. Polymorph.
I need to actually talk with you, Aaron, about this.
Go on.
So You know what? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it after
Are you
table
sure?
scraps.
This is table scraps. This is the time for spoilers.
No, because it's not a spoiler. It's kind of throwing Grant under the bus, and I don't want to do that.
We love throwing Grant under the bus.
Okay. Okay. So
It's okay. Grant's not watching.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'm sure maybe there is an explanation and something like that.
Maybe just pose it as a question, then just
So-
straight out like.
Well,
You know.
so here's context. So after our last episode, I was like, I think it could be really helpful if Grant has a like dummy sheet like I have for combat. So I went to his character sheet to try to start pulling things together and look at his features and look at the spells and also like to give him the spell details because I know I overlook the fine print sometimes and you miss a thing and it's not effective and stuff like
I
that.
hope that
like
he has not done anything with it.
he always loves to do like minor illusion, but minor illusion isn't super helpful in combat, right?
It's a very selectively useful spell.
I'm going through and I'm looking through his stuff, and like half of the spells he used in that last combat are not his bard spells.
Does not surprise me. So I think he has a physical paper that he uses a lot. I don't think he keeps track of it a lot on. Pretty sure he pretty much only uses gosh dang D&D Beyond for like health.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that his like magic and abilities and stuff are all on paper.
That wouldn't surprise me. Well, because like even for the beginning of the campaign, even for myself, like I only use D&D Beyond for health.
I still do. I do pretty much everything paper. But
I was like going through it and I'm like, polymorph's not on here.
There's also a lot of the spells that he has. I don't know if he has access to on D&D Beyond.
Well, because the thing was he has all of the like feats and things he's gotten applied, and the like the spells that come with like he did the ritual caster one too, and things like that. So.
Oh, and I know that he did a lot of last minute editing before the episode as well, figuring out like what spells and stuff he had and things like that. So. We'll make sure to double check with him on that one.
I wanted to be like, we should double check so that going forward we
Nonsense.
know. I was like, wait, why aren't these on here?
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
Grant is we love Grant. We love him so much. Grant is the barbarian with none of the strength.
All of the charisma.
Yes. All the charisma.
Oh yeah. I was just like, oh no, is something really wrong here? Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah. So
we'll check it out.
So this is actually an interesting question that was just asked. If you cast message while having the actor feat, could you convince someone you are their conscious? I think with message, I would normally say no. Just because, like, part of the spell message is that they know that they can respond. So, like, you know that a spell is being cast on you for a message. But if you are the Great Old One Warlock, that's a different story. The Great One Warlocks have one-way telepathy. That you can literally talk into other people's mind, but they cannot talk to you mentally. So with the actor feat there, I would rule you could absolutely convince someone that you are speaking to them in your mind. You just have no idea what they're saying. So like it's a super weird ability where you're just like Eldritch Whisper, and they're like, what just happened? Where did that come from? Like, you could do that to an entire crowd of people just one by one, thinking to their mind random thoughts. No one would have any idea who's doing it. And so, like, in that situation, I would absolutely, as a DM, allow you to attempt to convince someone that you are them in their own mind. Absolutely. I would rule that. As for making a berry pie with the chef feat with good berries and having it heal for more, probably not, but you could always just, like, you could always just have it heal the amount of the good berries. Like, it wouldn't change the rest of it. Like, it would still get the chef effect and the Goodberry effect. Yeah. So, like, I mean, kind of, I guess, but also no. Yeah, pretty much. That's my ruling. Goodberry is such a good spell.
That's pretty good, Barry.
None
It
of
is
us
pretty
have.
But yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, crazy
Those
game.
wagons.
You know what's
Crazy.
really
It's wild.
sad about this?
Hmm.
We have to stall for another hour.
Well, we've barely even talked about it, to be honest.
Really? Have we? I feel like I've
I
been
mean,
talking about D&D for
we've,
like 5
like,
years.
from the
We've kind of covered a very basic cover of what's happened in the episode, but we haven't really
10
gone into a lot of depth with it, or about next episode.
I
Or
have
about-
way too much power. The urge to delete any message that has Boggle in it is
Leave it.
overwhelming.
Let it be.
So it was like a snap reflex that I almost deleted that. Oh man. Oh yeah, I suppose I can ask thoughts or expectations going forward in the campaign relating to like the Scarlet Waste and stuff.
So we're pretty much where we need to be now, right?
There is going to be a scene that I am sure of that will occur at the Pillars of Dern. Well, one of the Pillars of Dern, not both of them. That they're pretty far apart for that. And then we're pretty much at the camp.
Right. Well,
I
I'm
mean-
curious. Is Renaya going to be getting her name?
Yeah.
I mean, she has to.
Well, yeah. Well, I know she's going to get her name. I was more of a like is it going to be happening like in the
Next episode.
like next episode?
I mean,
Well, you have to get it before you get to the camp.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I was asking.
so
Was-
so the event that's happening at one of the Pillars of Dern, that's your name.
Okay. Cool.
I got plans. I know what's
I'm
good.
excited. I know you have plans. I was just curious. I wasn't being like
Now, see, I'm I'm actually very curious as to what kind of name Renai is gonna get.
I'm really curious too.
There's a big pool to grab from, you know.
There's a lot of potential.
It could be
So-
Renaya Butterfly, or it could be Renaya like Soul Eater.
So this is
That
a
was a good
beautiful
anime.
thing. That's going to make everyone upset because it's not going to actually give you any information. Your name and the explanation for it relates to the information about Cather's name that Tarak does not know. In a very weird way.
Oh, that's kind of
Interesting.
interesting.
Neat.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And it's not in the
Cool.
way that it like actually connects either. So there's really no connection between the names, but yet they are. So just throwing
Okay.
that out there, really cool.
It's more like they're
Noted.
connected through coincidence than anything.
Kinda. And there's a high chance that you will never actually encounter
Renaya the birderer.
yeah, the birderer.
Burden murderer.
I
Yeah.
mean, he came back.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good. Yeah, there's a high chance that you will never actually see or encounter what I am referring to. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, the only way that this will ever occur is if Tarak is dead.
And I don't want that.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Well, okay, wait. So like, if
I
Tarak
will not be
gave her,
answering questions at this point. That's just the information that I'm going to get you. I want to know what you guys think are going to happen in the next couple of episodes about the Scarlet Wastes and even beyond
So-
that, what's all going down.
This is kind of a little bit off topic, but I kind of had an epiphany in the past couple of days
We love
Um,
good epiphanies.
about like our group because I was rewatching
Oh no.
one of the episodes, a recent episode. I don't remember which one. But I'm watching it and I'm like, hold on. Like we talk about like how Cather has a lot of main character energy and is very leader and things like that. And I'm like, and I totally hold Cather to that leader, but I think the main character is actually Edward.
Oh,
100%,
I've been
dude.
on that for years.
100%.
Totally Edward.
Absolutely.
It's
Edward.
absolutely Edward.
100%.
Not a doubt in any of our minds.
Because, so this is the thing, right? As I've said before, I firmly believe that after level 20, we defeat the big bad. Like, we don't, like, break up, but we all have our own things to do, so we all go separate directions.
We definitely break up. The band definitely breaks up.
I mean, not, like, in a bad way, but it's like, we don't group together anymore. We're each individually strong enough. We have our own thing. Renai has to rule hell.
Right.
With the Abyss. Cather has to go venture across the lands, dispersing justice, like, or whatever you do.
Yep.
Track has to go police the orcs, wherever they are, and figuring that stuff out. But who are we able to maintain contact with?
It's Edward.
Edward.
Edward's the main character.
Edward's the
well,
main
no,
character.
and
This is
it's
all
not even
stuff
just
that
that.
Edward wrote.
But it's like, here's the deal: is because it's like the main character is like the person who's almost probably like the most normal in this situations. Edward. Then it's like, and then it's like all of us play more factors into Edward's story than like each other's.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, like
Yeah.
we are important pieces to Edward's story.
Yeah,
they
we
say.
are Edward's backstory.
Like
Yeah.
like it's so funny. I'm trying to remember what the scene was that made me just like
I don't know, but
Edward's
it
the main
is
character.
very like Bilbo energy, where it's like you have all of these legendary adventurers of the realms, these like elves and dwarves and heroes of man.
You mean Frodo?
No. Bilbo. Frodo was main character energy, but in reality, the main character was Sam. We all know it.
Yeah.
But like, you know, Bilbo ends up in this group, and he's like, I'm just a normal dude. And so he does some really cool stuff, just like Edward does some really important stuff to the like campaign. He does some outwitting. There's some clever moments, but it's like they kind of just end up there. Like they aren't like they're not like I am the chosen one. It's like, oh well, here I am. Very Sam as well, just a very much a like I am a gardener. I am here. Exactly. And who is the one that you would be able to go to at the end of the session and be like, so what exactly happened on this journey? Everyone else is gushing over in Elfland. You talk to Sam. Sam's the one who has the book. He's got the jam. Edward is the Sam / Bilbo before the Lord of the Rings.
So hold on. If we were to put our characters in Lord of the Rings characters, like
I'm out. I don't know.
No, we'll figure it out for you.
no, we'll figure
Maybe
it out.
very Galadriel.
So Grant
I mean,
slash
you're
Edward
speaking
is
nonsense.
Sam.
Edward is Sam.
Okay. Edward is Sam. 100%.
I mean,
Would that make
Cather is-
Renaya? Would that make Renaya Frodo?
Oh, you might be a Frodo. You're either that or a Smeagol. It's one of the two.
Basically, here's what it is. Either Renaya is Smeagol or Frodo, or Cather is Smeagol or Frodo.
No. I feel like Cather is very much a. Oh, geez, who's the?
Or
Who's the-
Aragorn?
Huh?
Or you're talking about Aragorn or
No.
Legolas?
Who's the one who's like? It might be Aragorn. Who's the ranger?
Oh, Legolas.
No. Legolas is the elf. Who's the like human ranger?
Oh, the human ranger. Yeah, no,
Like,
that's
the,
Aragorn.
The king to be. That is Aragorn, son of Arathorn. I can never
Yes.
remember his name.
Oh, okay. Because you said ranger, and Legolas is the person
Is
who
the
fits the
class
ranger
ranger.
archetype.
Yes.
But he,
Um,
in lore, is a ranger.
Yeah.
Even though he technically is a fighter.
Oh God! Wait,
It's
Edward
actually a
might not
paladin.
even
Actually,
be.
no,
a
that does
Sam.
fit because Aragorn totally is like it would fit the archetype of a paladin
Yeah.
because,
Okay. So
because,
here's the thing, right?
because he's a fighter, but he also has the ability to heal people with his hands.
So here's the thing. I know that. Yeah, but he's like, I'm not a part of this conversation. I know that Edward is the main character in that he has very Sam energy, but I feel like as a person, he is a Merry and Pippin.
Yes,
Very much like, Yeah, and if anything, I feel like Tarak is a Sam in action, if not in main character energy.
Yes. Yes.
So that is what I would say. I have no idea about Renaya because there aren't a whole lot of. Oh wait, no, Renaya is just the I am no man person who kills the thing.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know the
yeah.
one. That one.
Well, it's because
The really cool
Eowyn,
scene where she hangs out with Mary / Pippin, which I can't remember which one.
right?
She
No.
kills that
Yeah.
person.
Yes, Eowyn is your
Yeah,
name.
Eowyn, yes. That one. Thanks, guys, for coming to our Lord of the Rings talk, where I don't even. I'm not
No,
even
I
a
don't
big
know.
Lord of the Rings guy. I just think
Yeah,
that it's
no.
pretty neat sometimes. I would. Okay, this is actually a very good point. I would love, Lydia, for you to at one point in time redraw Boggle, but good. Like to make it like a good drawing instead of whatever like, because that's the thing about Boggle. Not only is it incorrect, but it's not even drawn well.
I love Boggle.
Well, I know, but that's just because he's thick. All right.
He does have a nice tush.
He's like 3 C's thick. Boggle do be caked up. But yes, I would love that. At some point in time, I would commission that for $5. That's the most I could give you for Boggle. I'm sorry, I can't do more.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, that's our Lord of the Rings positions. DJ is Sauron.
No, not a piece of meat, a snack.
Sure. Okay, to be fair though, it would make a good pin. David would make such a good pin.
I love that his name's David.
David, yes, David the Boggle. Just saying, campaign 3, you'll meet him. I guarantee it.
Boggle.
Boggle Body Pillow. The Boggle Pillow. Oh, no. It's a flip side. One side is Boggle, other side is Grotst.
No. Stop.
Grant, no. Grant, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I love this show too. This is so fun. Oh man. But yeah. Drew, what are your plans for the next several episodes? / what do you expect? What do you hope that doesn't happen? What's the jam?
It's the same person.
I mean, I don't know actually. I mean, personally speaking, I mean, really for the whole Crimson, like being in the Crimson Waste, like in the desert, like I've enjoyed just kind of just riding it and seeing where we go. Because I have no idea what to expect or what like what kind of things could come at us or could not. Here's what I want to happen. Okay, so next episode, we get Renaya's name and we meet the orcs. Everything goes fantastic. We get like an army of 100 orcs that are purely good orcs. Okay, and then we all leave. We come back. All the dwarves are like, "Yo, bro, we're just totally chill with you. Go get him, Tiger." And then we go back to the front lines and we just win. That's what I want of the next like
what
10
you
episodes.
hope for is Magic Christmas Land.
Yes.
Where joy and happiness abound and everything is good and beautiful.
Yes. Now what is going to happen? We're going to show up to the orcs. They're going to probably try and kill us. We're barely going to fend them off. We're going to convince like maybe like 5 orcs total that like to like even come with us. Let alone be like decent people after the fight's over. And then when the fighting happens, all but one is going to survive, who's going to be like the disease orc or whatever it is. I'm sorry, I was flipping.
No, you're good, dude.
And then
The names
he's
are
going
weird
to
and
like
dumb.
he's like sometime in the battle, he's just going to disappear. He's going to leave, and he's just going to cause rampage across the continent by causing disease, like orcish diseases everywhere. And then like everything is going to be horrible for the party because we're going to have to like run around and do cleanup until we finally find that orc and kill him.
I like the plan. Lydia, thoughts?
What?
Thanks
Nice.
for your input.
You're welcome.
I think that it'll come down to several rolls, which is terrifying because I'm real bad at dice. But that's my guess. I think that if I nail it on the rolls, and we help when help is needed.
Now, although, okay, so to be fair, I think the thing is, though, DJ, I know, I think it's pretty obvious from all of us. DJ really wants this to work, right?
I mean,
I think he, out of all of us, including the party members, wants this to work the most. And so I feel like, assuming the track rolls decent, DJ will give us at least some orcs. If he rolls super well, I think he'll give us
if we make it out of here alive, we'll make it out of here alive with at least a couple.
With at least a couple, yeah.
It'll be an interesting situation.
It'll be.
Now, see, what I'm more scared for is like there's going to be like 20 orcs that agree to go with us, and we're like, great, we got 20 orcs, let's do this. We're coming back, but like secretly, like the rest of the camp is like slowly just following us from behind, just so they know how to get out. That way, then they could just get out and cause a raid.
Yeah.
That's Arc 4, is us fighting the orcs that we tried to hire.
So at one point in time, so I was talking to DJ about like the campaign and where kind of he expected things to go and stuff, and specifically for the orc stuff, I was like, I mean, do you think that it's possible for us to get out of here? And he's like, well, I think that there's a lot of possible things that could occur. And one of the things that he'd certainly mentioned as a definite possibility is a very 5 armies situation, where it's like from we're back to Lord of the Rings, from The Hobbit, where it's like you've got the humans, you got the dwarves, you got the elves, you got the orcs, and then you got, I don't know, someone else.
Well, so technically, I think technically like from the book, it was like you had like 2 armies of orcs, but there was also some people that are just like that include like the eagles.
Oh yeah. So it could end up in a full scale like 5 army war, where it's like the dwarves that don't like the orcs, the dwarves that do like the orcs, the evil army that is coming from Athala, and then like the resistance army.
We just make it so much worse.
And we're just there, and we're like, well, we all don't like each other. So because there's no real reason for like them not to attack anyone else.
I actually really want that to happen now. I want us to get back to like the dwarves. We and like literally like we show up, and like on the other side of the Crimson Waste, on the other side of the mountain range, we could see just this huge battle like about to happen, and we're just like,
Yep, we just roll up, and everyone's just standing there, and they're like, hey, so we were just waiting on you guys to start the war. We just want to lay down some ground rules first, and then I think we'll be good to go. And we're like, what is? And they're like, just classic war stuff.
No, what's gonna happen, Aaron, is there's gonna be some whoever is like, all right, I want a clean fight here, and then he's gonna get shot by an arrow, and like, and then everything is just max chaos is gonna ensue.
So this is the thing that I was talking to Grant about. I would love if at some point in the campaign we like go to a town and some like hapless villager runs up and he's like, oh my god, you're the party of legend, the hope, you're Destiny's Gamble, right? And we're like,
Fate's Gambit.
I mean, close, we're Fate's Gambit. He's like, no, I'm pretty sure it's Destiny's Gamble. And we learn that there is a rival adventuring party that is made up of exactly our characters but gender bent, named Destiny's Gamble.
Lava comes back.
And one of them is Lava. The only 2 that survived from their party was Lava and Alora.
And Alora, yeah. Oh my goodness.
I would love it. They're like, oh yes, we are Destiny's Gamble. we have a submarine that goes underground. They're like, we have a flying boat. And they're like, no, no, no. It's a submarine. It's a ground submarine.
So they're consisted of Lava, Allura. They have Karat,
Yeah.
who
No,
is
it's
a
pronounced
goblin.
carrot.
Yeah,
Carrot.
who is a goblin barbarian.
Yep. Yep.
They
Just
have a
loves murder.
wait. Alora has a fish
he
in a
abandoned
bowl.
his peaceful ways.
Fish and bowl.
Yep.
There's whatever Havel's girlfriend's name is, the drow.
Oh shoot! I thought you meant Sam, but that's just a random NPC that he met.
Her name was Namira.
Oh yes, Namira. Yeah.
Her name is just Mirror.
Yeah.
Mirror.
Yeah. She's a healing cleric, like a domain of life. Like, I would never lawful good. I would never commit a crime.
Oh my goodness, that would be so funny.
I would love it.
Dude, we need to talk.
But Edward
to
is
DJ.
just still Edward. Like, there's just another Edward. Like, he's so neutral. He's just the exact same.
He's the superior version of Edward.
He's
like,
actually good.
He has like the
combat.
really toned jawline with just with like the 5 o'clock shadow, and he has like the the stare off in the distance.
He's
the
high definition. High definition
He's
Edward.
Yeah, and he's like actually 100% useful.
His name's Edmund.
Mm-hmm. Yes, my name is Edmund.
Edmund M. Mellows.
Yes, and Edmund Marshmallow at your service.
Edward M. Marshmallow.
Yes.
It's Marshmallow.
And he's like in combat, single-handedly holding off like 100 people with his adept spell casting and like stuff like that. He's like, actually, I was born bottom of the barrel. I've worked my way up to my position of power, and I'm solely for the people. I've never seen wealth in my life, and yet here I am.
Oh my goodness, that's so.
Yeah, I would love that, and just the townspeople are so confused.
Yeah, because eventually the two
It's the
parties
Spider-Man
meet.
meme.
Yeah.
Eventually, the two parties meet, and we're just like, hold on a second. Their crest, like when we finally come up with a crest, their crest is like ours, but like reversed.
Yeah. So Lydia, I have another commission for you.
Oh no.
just real quick. Hey, one of these times we should have an art stream where we draw Destiny's Gamble. I'm so in.
I love them.
I think that is a beautiful thing. We could totally do a one-shot of Destiny's Gamble.
We can
Yes,
totally
we have
do
to
this.
do
Grant
next table
prizes
scraps.
Laval.
Next table scraps is Destiny's Gamble.
I'm in, dog.
I still really want to do a Freaky Friday episode
I am also in for that, where we play each other.
where we play each other's. I want to be
April
Tarak.
1st. That's our April 1st stream.
I want to be Cather so bad.
I want to be Tarak. I have dibs on Tarak or Edward. You can pick. Do you want to be Tarak or Edward, or do you want to be Renaya?
If you are Renai, you have to do nothing but flirt with Graz.
That's a little strange.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, maybe don't.
It's fine. It's your brother. Just go for it.
I think Grant should be
I do
Renaya.
think that
I'll be
Graz-
Edward.
That Grant could totally
Grant
flirt
would
with Graz.
Grant would do well with Renaya. So then, who do you want to be? Do you want to be Tarak or Edward?
I mean, I think it'd be better if I played Edward.
I agree, because then you don't switch from paladin to paladin. I'm only
Yeah,
playing from paladin
here's
to
the
paladin,
thing.
so that way I can have your
Okay, here's a
action.
question. So if we did Freaky Friday, would it be Drew is trying to play Grant playing Edward, or is it Drew playing Cather?
No.
Is it
Remember,
Edward's body?
Wait, no. Remember, we already talked about this, where it's DJ plays Renaya.
Oh, yes.
Well, okay. Well, I mean that's also true. That doesn't answer my question.
I know, but that switches things up a little bit. Anyway, what were you saying?
Well, okay, because see, I would find it more entertaining if Drew was still playing Cather However, Cather was in Edward's body.
Yeah, like a soul switch rather than us trying to mimic how the other person plays. I
Yeah.
like us trying to play
I
someone
like us
else's
mimicking
character,
it. Yeah.
because then we just get to rag on the other people.
Yeah. That would be so
So,
fun.
so you want to tell me? You want to tell me my favorite thing that Grant's informed me of that he noticed while we were playing? He was watching through an episode. I don't know what episode it is. I don't know. Grant, if you are there, you can tell us. But apparently he was like, I was so close to making an innuendo. This is Grant talking to me. He's like, because I heard Drew was describing something that Cather did, and he said, Fate's tip. And he was like, I was dying for like 10 minutes, and I was waiting for someone else to notice it, and no one ever did. Just...
I'm disappointed in you, Grant.
I want to play Cather so bad, so I could just say all of the things that you normally say, but in a dumb accent. Oh, I be Cather, and prepare you foul beast to take Fate's tip.
I don't even know why I would have said like the context of that. Like,
It was so out of context. I need Grant to be here so he can tell me what is happening.
what moment it was from?
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
from like
know.
episode 51 or something.
Oh
I don't
my
know.
gosh.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think I'd want to be Tarak though. I think Tarak is the only one I could actually do.
Oh no,
I can't-
Renaya. Oh, you shouldn't be talking to that Gratz fella. He's a bad influence on you. Oh, I think the magic in his hips is a little too strong for your jive.
Oh my god. We can't let this
I need
happen.
to make sure you're not being charmed by none of your magic.
Oh boy.
I want to play. I want to play any character with that accent so bad.
Please never do.
I want to. So, could you imagine campaign 2? And it's like, Aaron, please introduce your character. I'm like, oh, hello there.
that's
But
is it
I'm
confirmed?
also like I'm like a
Confirmed.
furbolg barbarian.
Yeah.
Like just this huge bastard. Oh, hello there. I've come to slay ya. It is crap. That is Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh no. I've made a horrible mistake.
It's steak
Oh
for me.
man. I love that
That's
accent.
so funny. Oh my gosh.
I'm
I
so
want it.
sorry.
I really want it. I really want us to do the Freaky Friday.
I'm in. We need. There are so many cool like mini episodes that we need to do.
We got a high school AU.
High
we
school.
got the mini. We got not the mini.
The Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday. We got Destiny's Gamble.
Destiny's Gamble. Oh man, I'm sure that there's more. We need one where we only play the NPCs.
Oh
Like,
my
and,
god!
But like, and not even like actual humanoid NPCs. We can only play like sidekicks of the characters. So like Poyo,
I am Pockets.
Pockets,
Dibs.
Ginger.
Ginger.
Well, that would require everyone to have pets.
Flack.
I play Grosh or Grosh or Flack or like one of Tarak's summoned animals. Edward
will
has
be
the
Poyo.
ability to summon a creature. He has a scroll for it. He just needs to learn the spell and then do it. And so once that happens, he can play that. So we have to wait until
Yeah.
he uses Find Familiar. But yeah, and we just go on a like the mini adventure where we just play like the sidekicks, which is hilarious because I'm still like 5 times larger than everyone else because I'm the size of a horse.
Yep. Yeah.
And you're just
I'm
like,
a squirrel.
hello there, I'm a squirrel. Who? I was Mahora's familiar before she died. Oh, I'm a feisty squirrel.
No, that's when we find out. That's when it becomes canon that Ginger is a 20th level druid.
I know what Ginger is.
I do too.
Yeah. You're the only
Did
one
you
not in
reveal
the
it?
loop here.
Ha ha
What?
ha ha!
Yeah,
You needed to be on
what?
table scraps and you weren't there.
What does that even mean?
Sorry.
You're just
Better
gonna
go
have
back
to,
and
for those
find
of you
it.
who want to
Okay,
know
wait.
what,
This is like table scraps from DJ.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you guys want
But
to
he
know
con-
what Ginger
he
is, feel free to
confirmed.
scroll through our episodes on YouTube to find the episode where
I don't
DJ
think Grant
talks
has it
about what
uploaded
it
yet.
is.
Probably not. But
It's not a level 20 druid.
it's not.
Is it an Arcfey?
No,
Sure it is.
you fool.
Fool, I am the weasel. I saw somebody asked for an update on Camp Cryptid. The update is,
Bunch of cool stuff.
yeah. So we're going to be recording it here soon. It's going to be pre-recorded, and then it's going to be released actually in summer, because there's going to be a month that DJ will not be available. So we're just going to play that month. And so that's when Camp Crypts will be. Will be in the summer.
Probably like midsummer, like June-ish.
Yeah, I think it's June, the month of
For
June.
my birthday.
And then as far as like my progress on, I'll tell you this much. I'm supposed to be working on Camp Cryptids, and instead of working on Camp Cryptids, which we're going to be starting here in a few weeks, I was working on my Between the Rows ideas for this year instead.
Nice.
Productivity.
That reminds me, the deforestation has asked me what exactly am I working on now for like the Guide to the Wastes. So many things, mainly stat blocks. Going to head back to art at some point in time, and I may stream some of that depending on whether or not I can figure out how to get it to work. I'm also working on some animation stuff. I have no idea. I watched a video about Blender yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. So the things that you can do on there, like I watched a video and it was like they like sped it up. They did like over time, and it wasn't even that long. Sped up. Good Lord Almighty, they're like connecting like nodes, and like it's like watching someone program something. It's crazy. And then they're like, yeah, and so then you just move this thing, and then suddenly it's clouds. And I'm like, what just happened? So I watched the in-depth video. They're like, so we're going to make a starry night sky with clouds that move. They did it in 10 minutes. And they're like, yeah, and so we're going for a kind of a Ghibli vibe with like, we don't want them to be too realistic, but also not too animated. So we're just going to stretch here, and they do a brrr. There's like a 10-mile long blockchain of like information that they do. 10 minutes, and they have this cool rotating spear with like animated clouds. They're like, yep, they're clicking these things. And I'm like, what is happening?
It's crazy. It's intense.
It's so pretty too. Like it looks good. That's not fair.
Right?
And I was blown away. So who knows? Potentially sometime in the future, I may have like animations and stuff. There's one that I'd really like to do, but I'm not only bad at art, I also have no idea what I'm doing. So will that happen? We'll just have to wait and see. Man, Blender.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like even the sentence of, you can draw a 2-dimensional image in a 3-dimensional space is a scary sentence. I don't even know. I don't know what to do. I'm scared.
Blender really mixes things up.
It does. It does. Both in the pun form and in the fact that it's terrifying.
That's a good one.
So, for those of you interested in learning about Blender, I can't help you. I can't. There's some really
In fact,
good YouTube
Aaron needs
videos
your
on
help.
it. The fact that you need like a college course to learn how to do Blender, like those exist, means that I cannot tell you what to do. I can't help you. I can't assist you. It's terrifying. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on recently. Drew, what have you been working on recently?
What have I been working on recently?
Just throwing you under the bus real quick.
I mean, aside from like general work things of like the day to day.
Play basketball.
I after the stream today, and after I get off work, I'm going to be working on the podcast.
Ooh.
As I've expressed to Grant a couple times now, we've fallen a little bit behind on YouTube, and I tend to wait to do the podcast stuff until we have like YouTube stuff ready to go, and like because I want it to be released at a similar time. So we've been kind of lagging behind, but I've given up.
Good plan. Good plan.
So that's what I'm going to be working on.
Nice.
I finally finished all
We
my
love
food.
the podcast. And we love our podcast listeners. Hi,
Yes.
podcast listeners.
If
We
this
love you.
Ever hits podcast? Do we put podcasts?
No, we don't. We don't put names yet.
Never,
Well,
never.
thanks anyway,
If you're a
podcast
podcast listener that's come to watch us on YouTube or live, hello. We love you
Yes.
aggressively.
Also, I've mentioned this a couple of times before. If you are new or like not new, feel free to tell us like where you found us from. I know like we've gotten a lot of people recently from TikTok. A couple of people I think we've actually gotten from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But just for our metrics, okay, you don't count. Sorry, not you. I'm talking to Marshall. But like if you found us, yeah, that's a lie, Maz. Don't commit slander. Tell us where you found us from. It helps our metrics. It lets us know like what's performing well. Like if we're even able to find us from certain locations, like making sure that the TikToks are good and the YouTube is like working as they should. Really helpful for me. I like to know that stuff. I don't do anything about it, but it's very helpful to know.
All I'm saying is freaking our TikToks from this last episode are pretty great. I've got them all edited. Oh, they're hilarious.
Our TikTok has been slapping, and that's all Lydia. Our Instagram as well. Oh geez, what was the one that I responded to?
You had the Drew math one. That's the one you asked me to make.
Yes, it was so perfect.
I like that one.
Have you seen that one?
I've watched it a couple times.
Are you able to condense just the part of the video where it's just him and the numbers and shapes? And I just want to post it on Twitter every week. Every week. You know how good of a gift that is for us
It's pretty
specifically.
funny.
It's so well edited, like beautifully done.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you chose to do that, and I'm so glad that almost 2,000 people have seen it. That's just so you know, Drew. We're currently sitting at the moment of this recording 1,878 views on that video. So.
And then it's also on
good.
Instagram. Let me see where it's at.
I don't even know about that.
Instagram.
Don't mind us. We shamelessly look at our own content.
Yeah,
Wow.
look, we're just gonna jazz ourselves up a bit. You know, hey, this is called self-care. All right, this is the thing that you should employ. Be confident in your own stuff and look at it and go, man, that's good. We're good at this.
Yep.
That's what we're doing right now.
In fact, if you like our stuff, feel free to follow.
Yeah.
Subscribe on YouTube.
And the
Follow our
best thing
TikTok.
that you can do to support us. We love your subscriptions. We love your donations. The best thing that you can do, share us with your friends.
Share us with your friends. Then we get more friends. And then you
Increase
have a
the
friend
cult members.
that you can talk about how crazy we are with.
Exactly. And
That's
you
right.
can be like,
You
oh
have a
my
friend who
god.
can understand what idiots we are every Monday night.
Yeah, you can be like, oh my goodness, at Table Scraps today, Aaron was talking, he pointed at the camera, he said you, and I felt like he was speaking directly to me. Because I was, you. Yeah, that's right, you, right there. I see you. I know.
The slurp!
I know. I see you, I'm right there. I'm right there with you. This could be you. You know who I'm talking to. Right there. Right there.
I didn't
You'll know.
realize.
I don't have to tell you who it is. You know who you are.
I didn't realize this became the motivational speaker Aaron talk.
Oh, we gotta get on top of what's their names?
Flint and Steel.
Flint and Steel. Bruh, just live your dreams to the absolute fullest.
Dog, I just want you to understand. Life
Yeah.
comes at you fast.
Real fast.
And what you gotta do is be
Dude.
faster.
You gotta be faster. You're like Lightning McQueen ka-chow up in here.
Oh, Lightning McQueen has nothing on you.
Nothing.
You are better. You are
That's
stronger.
you.
You are
Got
faster.
it.
You are who you are, and that's all you need to be.
Campaign
Yeah.
for
Never
Infamous
slow down.
Confirmed.
Never
Question mark.
surrender.
So, for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, which should be all of you,
Everybody.
No,
gang.
nobody knows about this.
the gang was playing Minecraft. All right, and
And by the gang, we mean Drew, DJ, and Grant.
yeah, the boys were playing Minecraft. Lydia and I were hanging out in the Discord call with them. I was working on probably homework or Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Lydia was doing something.
Probably drawing something.
Doing, yeah, like cool art stuff or whatever Lydia does in her spare time. And we got in the conversation. Someone mentioned Flint and Steel, and I'm like, Lydia, at some point in time in like a one shot or something, we need to play characters named Flint and Steel. Like those are our names, and we're just like super like the cool Chad. That's like
Like the bro.
yeah, the like, hey, just so you
Yo,
know,
bro.
you may be new to the gym, but I'm still gonna spot you because I respect your determination to improve yourself as a person. That's something that we can all respect. And they're like super jacked.
They're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I
and
think we decided they're Dragonborns.
Yeah, two Dragonborns, like two ripped Dragonborn that are like, hey, we're here for
Hey,
you.
For
Mental
you.
health is important.
Put
So is
yourself first.
Physical health.
You can't help somebody else if you don't put your mask on first.
Your body is a temple, so pray
so
every day.
treat it like one.
Like,
Yeah.
This is just all I want. This is what I want. So keep an eye out for
And then
future one shot for
In that same one shot, that you guys are playing Flint and Steel, you're gonna have like a third cousin who's a kobold, and that's who I'm gonna play. And his name is Match.
Yeah, we
Oh my
absolutely hate you.
Oh,
Name's
Match,
Match.
Flint and Steel.
And he is like an artificer or something.
We're literally there like, you don't even go here. Like,
No. I feel like we still need to keep up the positive vibe. I feel like he is our main like he's like an absolute nerd,
Yes, 100%.
and we're like super jocks, and the whole time, like we're just trying to jazz him up. Like, hey, your brain is just as much a muscle as anything else.
And he's just like, leave me
you know what's
alone.
bigger than your brain? Your heart.
And he's like, neither of those things are factually correct. I'm pretty sure the brain is not a muscle, and I know it is not smaller than your heart. But yeah, I would also like to imagine that is the one shot where we premiere the class's Oath of Iron, and
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
what was the cleric?
The Oath of Iron and
What's the cleric subclass naming convention? Like it's I'm a cleric, something
blank
the life domain.
domain.
The
Domain.
like domain of
Yes.
Gains. That's what it is.
yes, that was the domain of
The
game.
Domain of Gains.
and the Oath of Iron. And we're just jacked. Like, hey, we're here for you. I am my own holy symbol because my body is a temple. Like, this is
That's
a
so
beautiful
funny.
day.
Oh my god, we have to do this.
The domain of gains is
The
such
domain
a
of
good
gains. Oh my
protein
god.
powder rush. That's their spell components are like protein powder. They're making like a symbol on the ground for like magic circle, and they're just they're just like making it out of protein powder and like boiled chicken and rice. That's like their main spell components.
Don't forget your broccoli.
Yep. That's the thing. I really wanted to eventually make like a subclass for every class that is just entirely focused on like bodybuilding. Like, I think that'd be so much
Oh my
fun.
gosh.
Like spellcasters that use strength for their like spellcasting modifier and stuff like that. Oh geez.
The school of muscle.
Yep. School of Muscle.
School of Muscle.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's funny.
there's
Circle
Pact
of
of strength.
Pact of Strength. Circle of, you see, so the thing is, right, you still have to kind of theme it towards like, oh, they're a druid. So it's like the circle of calisthenics, like or like the circle of CrossFit. I feel like druids would so be CrossFitters.
Oh my gosh.
Because,
that's
well,
funny.
no, it has to be calisthenics because druids don't like metal things, so they don't use bar weights. They only do body exercises. They're like, I could turn myself into a gorilla, but why would I do that when I could just already be one? They just like flex so hard.
Would it be college for a bard? Would it just be College of Athletes?
Yeah, College of Athletes. Like, there's so many good names. We could go on and on. I don't even know what the rogue would be. Like,
Rogue is, I feel like, the most difficult.
rogue, because rogue is they don't even have like an archetype name. It's just like
No, it's
thief
just like assassin or inquisitor, mastermind.
Oh man.
Swashbuckler.
Spotter.
Yeah, so spotter rogue,
Yeah,
gym
Spotter
rat rogue. Oh man.
Fitness coach.
One of their abilities is pump cover, because so like for those of you who aren't avid gym goers, I am not either. But there's a thing where like really jacked people will wear like a heavy sweatshirt and then take it off halfway through the workout after they've gotten their pump so their muscles look better. So like they don't want anyone to see them pre-pump. So they use like a pump cover. But then like halfway through the fight, the rogue like takes off his cloak. And he's just like, oh, just a massive flex. Oh man. Absolutely. I would love a party of people just wearing like bro tanks and like the almost too short of shorts.
Yeah.
Where you're like a little bit farther and you're just a cross country runner. And that is not where we want to be. I would love it. Oh man, Cloak of the Pump
funny.
cover. That's so good. While wearing it, it doesn't require attunement. While wearing it, anyone who would be able to see your strength stat would perceive it as a 10. Regardless of what stat it is. Oh man, that's so good. And then like for the minute after you take it off, you have advantage on like intimidation checks.
Yeah.
That's real good.
That is real good.
So
Catherine
I
could
now
use that.
need 2 supplemental books to release. Orva's Guide to the Scarlet Wastes, and like, I don't know.
Tarak's Guide to Gains.
Like the D&D 5e like gym membership or something like that. I don't know. But it's just every class has a subclass for just getting shredded. Oath of Iron and Domain of Gains, I think. Domain of Gains is so good.
That's really good.
That's also they all canonically worship the Church of Iron.
Yes.
Which is just the gym. They have a Brobel. It's a Brobel.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so good.
This is a beautiful concept that I think that we should definitely pursue. And by we, I mean me, because I already am. I would like... Oh, Roid Rage Barbarian. That's good. That's a good one. Path of the Roids.
I mean, of course, barbarian would be the ones taking roids.
It also could just be Path of the Pump, but
Path
I
of the
like
Pump.
Path of Roids because that's so barbarian.
Yes, it is. I mean, how else do you
Um,
explain their rage strength? You know?
Yeah, exactly. They're just so strong that they're just angry. So I know that I may be cutting it off a little bit early, but the plug will take minutes of time. We are an hour and 52 minutes in, and we've been talking about buff classes for like 5 minutes. Does anyone have anything else that they would like to cover regarding the main campaign or anything that strikes their fancy at the moment? No?
Nope.
Buh. Sorry.
Bah.
You ever have that moment when you like breathe and then your body is like, I don't remember how to exhale?
Yes.
And so it just takes a couple seconds. Yeah, that's what just happened. Um. See, Maz, I don't know enough about Blood Hunter to answer that question, but I have a feeling that it does something with doping, because that's just basically giving you more red blood cells to be better at moving oxygen. So it's just, something like that. But I don't think I have anything else that I want to cover right now other than the obligatory plugs at the end of the stream, which are we have socials. That's a thing that we have. Like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Those are things that we have. You should follow them, like them. Lydia does cool stuff on them, and it's really good. We also have a website and a Discord. Special shout out to the Discord. Be in it, or else you won't know when we do this. And maybe you don't want to know, because this is a very chaotic show. That's okay. On our website, we have merch if you want to support us by buying cool stuff that we have with like our logo and quotes and things like that on it. Head over there. Remember, if you are buying stickers, which we do sell, use the promo code to get the discount on them, because or else you will pay more than you need to. I just want to tell you that right now. Do that. Speaking of stores, Lydia has a store. You should buy her stuff because it's cool and she does really cool stuff and she's cool.
Okay.
The promo code is on the website, on the sticker page. It is at the top. It is there. I don't remember what it is. I feel like it might just be the paper dungeon.
I think it's just stickers.
Or stickers. I think it's stickers, maybe in all caps. I don't know. But it's there.
It's on the
Look at
website.
it. Check it out. It's on the website. Don't buy anything unless you know what the code is. Specifically for stickers. Everything else is just normal.
Unless you're willing to buy stickers without the promo code.
Yeah. You could give us
Just
more money,
recognize
but
that you will not
yeah,
be using the
it would
promo
be
code
fine.
by not putting in the promo code.
Yes.
Therefore, you're paying more money.
Yeah. On our YouTube, really cool stuff, YouTube Shorts and all that. It's really good. If you want to support us in other ways that are still monetary, we have a Ko-Fi, we have a Patreon, and you can do stuff like that and send us your money, or you can subscribe to us here. That's really cool. Don't forget the most important way that you can support us, and we would appreciate the most, and it is completely free to do, is just tell other people about us. Share the word.
Yeah.
Make new
Birds
friends.
the word. Yeah, be cool.
Like, keep
We
it going.
like friends. We like
So the others
talking
go.
to people. We like having people in the chat to talk with. Other than that, I think that's every plug that I can imagine. I think. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So,
I think so. I think you got it.
thank you everybody for stopping by today. We will be streaming on Monday at 7 p.m. CST.
As we normally do.
As we do every week, so you would think that I would know it better. So we hope to see you there. We stream on Thursdays with Table Scraps every single time. That's what we do. Other than that, I think the only thing that I have left to say is good luck and Godspeed. We will see everybody next time. Have a good rest of your day, all you Dungeoneers.